Early in my career, I realized not a lot of people understand what sort of education an acupuncturist actually goes through. This video will explain the kind of training that we go through in order to help you out with your pain. Hello, I'm Adrienne and I'm a pain specialist and author of the Rapid Recovery Resource. The training that acupuncturists have to go through in order to become acupuncturists is immense. Just like any other medical profession, they need to go through medical school to get a degree and to get a license. And before any of that, they need to go through undergrad. And for me, my undergrad was in chemistry, but other people may do pre-med, they may do biology. First thing though is you got to get your undergrad. After you get your undergrad, you go to school. Now, postgraduate school is a little different depending on which state you go to, but here in Texas, in my school, it was 10 semesters long. And 10 semesters, just to put it into perspective, is longer than the 8 semesters a doctor goes through in order to get their degree, right? So in my school, we went through the 10 semesters, and then not only that, we go through clinical training, all right? So this is where we observe the professor treat people. The professors, they're usually twofers, which are 2-for-1 doctors. They're a doctor in acupuncture, and they're a doctor in Western medicine, like drugs and surgery. And we observe them perform acupuncture. We do that for about 2 semesters, equivalent to about a year. And then after that, we then go into practice ourselves. Now, this isn't just people giving us needles and letting us poke others. This is observational practice where a professor observes us and supervises us going through treatments. And for me, by the time I graduated, I conducted about 450 treatments within a 6-semester time period, which would be considered about 3 years. Now, I was lucky. In our school, we don't have a summer break. And the way that makes me lucky is we were able to get through 3 semesters a year instead of 2. So instead of taking 5 years to complete schooling, we did it in 3, which is a big achievement. I'm happy to have gone through medical school so quickly. But either way, it still was 3,500 hours of training. It's a lot of work. After that, once you got your degree, that's considered the easy part. Then there's the board examinations. We have 4 very rigorous board examinations. One in biomedicine, which is Western medicine as we know, with drugs, surgery, lab testing, nutritional supplementation, all of that. It's a national test. We then have 3 others related to the practice of acupuncture. So one is on the foundations, the next is on needling, and then the third is on botanical medicine. Not every state requires botanical medicine test in order to get a license to practice acupuncture, but in Texas, we do. All Texas licensed acupuncturists are also botanical medicine specialists. So you know you're in the right hands. Additionally, after all those 4 tests, acupuncturist has to take a jurisprudence examination. The jurisprudence examination is conducted by the state to make sure we understand the laws regarding practicing of acupuncture. It's different in every state, so we have to go through this exam. Also, there's an exam called the clean needle technique exam. This is a practical exam where the practitioner is observed on how they safely and cleanly use the needle. And it's also a written exam where they're tested on all the diseases and injuries that can occur from improper needling. That's the training we go through. It's immense. For me, I went through all of that training, and then I went through advanced training. I continued to study beyond that. And for me and my patients, that's made all the difference. Now, there are a lot of people who don't want to go through all those years of schooling, all those board examinations, the clean needle technique test, the jurisprudence test. They circumvent the entire thing. They don't do any safety training. They do a weekend course to pick up a needle and use it on patients, use it on people. So in a weekend, they're qualified to legally pick up the needle and poke people. And it's unfortunately causing injuries. Acupuncture is safe, but only in the hands of people who had the kind of training we do, right? 3,500 hours, 450 patients. 10 semesters. It's a lot of work, and these folks are circumventing it by a loophole in the law. And the only way to really protect yourself is to ask, hey, can I see your acupuncture license? Are you certified as a diplomate in Oriental medicine? They should have the certificates on the walls. They should have the phone number to the board that they're licensed under on the wall. These are all signs that tell you this person is qualified. As acupuncture becomes more mainstream and as people continue to choose acupuncture for pain and injury over opiates, which are killing people, then what's going to happen is that paradigm will shift, and there won't be any charlatans anymore practicing without a license. So just keep an eye out for that. All right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.